Hello everyone and welcome back to another video, or welcome if you're new. I'm Cora and today we are back in Create a Sim, finally back with another male sim. A lot of you guys have been asking me to create more male sims, so here we are. I hope you enjoy how he turns out. I struggle a little bit more with male sims. That's the only reason really why I don't create them as much, and I don't have as much CC, so it's harder for me to like make them very different to each other, I guess. But yeah, if you're interested in the CC that I am using, you can find it in the description down below. It's on a Google Doc or at my Tumblr, whichever you prefer. And he is also available on the gallery under the hashtag TheSimPanions, or my gallery ID, Jesus, I can't talk today, is also TheSimPanions. It's in the description as well if you're looking for that. But yeah, so much about the formalities. Got that covered. I believe actually he's gonna turn out being called Kent, and he is gonna be outgoing, self-assured, and childish, which I think is a really cute trait. I don't give it to my Sims enough, but I could definitely see him being a little bit childish. And I believe he is the youngest of 3 siblings. He has 2 older sisters, and he grew up with a single mom. I believe the dad left the family when Kent was really small still, and I believe his sisters are like 5 and 7 years older than him, so there is quite a big age gap, I'd say, at least. It's not the closest, but they are all really close, like family, and I don't think the dad ever really got in touch with them again, so he grew up with a single mom, and I believe he has a very strong bond to his grandma as well, because she would take care of him when his mom was at work, you know, and couldn't be there for him. The grandma was always there, playing with him, talking to him, and I think just being surrounded by women all of his life, he definitely got to know the struggles that women have in this society still to this day. You know, I think he just grew up with a lot of like strong women, and they would always tell him how maybe they weren't get paid fairly in their jobs and stuff like that. So I think he is very aware of that, and I believe when he started getting more and more followers on his social media platforms, I believe he was like, okay, I need to use this and do some good, you know. And I think he tries to just make other people more aware of treating women equally, and like maybe things that guys do, or females themselves even, that aren't really fair on other women, you know. I think because he did grow up with so many women, he definitely knows the struggle, and I would believe he is a feminist, you know. I hear quite a lot that some people say guys can't be feminists, or that some guys believe they can't be, but I don't really understand why, because feminist doesn't mean you're a feminine, you know. It just means you want equal rights for females. And I think honestly everyone should be like that, and it's also really important for me, like the older I get, I think the more I realize how in real life what? How in like everyday life stuff you just get treated so differently, and it's ridiculous. Like it's just sometimes I feel like men or older women don't take me serious just because I'm a young female, you know, and it is kind of getting on my nerves. A lot of times I can only imagine, because obviously now I don't have like a really big career or like a boss that needs to take me serious, so I could believe how that, like, when you have a career and you want to progress and be taken seriously, that it can be really, really hard, especially in jobs where there is a lot more where there are a lot of males and like less women. I think it is really tough on women in certain jobs, you know. And I always believe it's very hard, because if you are like stereotypical good looking, I believe you don't get taken seriously at all. I feel like it's very hard, and it should not be like that, you know. Your looks shouldn't matter as of if you're getting taken seriously or not, because I don't think it matters for men as much. I don't think they get judged on their looks as much when it comes to like career aspects and stuff like that, and I think it's so unfair. Like if you're too good looking, you know, like in stereotypical means, obviously, because I truly believe everyone is beautiful, you know, it's just everyone has a different taste, but there's obviously like one stereotypical beauty that people, at least in like certain areas of the world, have in their minds. And I believe that if you are too, and I'm doing big air quotes here, too pretty, that a lot of times as a woman people are just like, oh yeah, she's pretty, so she must be dumb, you know, and that can be really frustrating. Like, I have a lot of really pretty friends, so yeah, it is frustrating. And then I believe if you don't look very feminine, you know, like people instantly assume you're like I don't know, like you want to be a guy or whatever. Like, it's just very weird. Or like people would even assume something about your sexual orientation, which is so absurd to me. Like, it doesn't say anything. Like, the way you dress and act doesn't say anything about the person you actually are, you know. Like, just because you behave a bit more stereotypical male doesn't mean that you're into women, or it doesn't mean that you want to be a guy, you know. It just means that's your character. And it's just silly that people assume stuff like that, and I think it's so rude. Like, people just frustrate me sometimes. But yeah, hold on, what do I want to say? Tell me, that's what I wanted to say. Tell me what your aspect on that is. Do you believe you are very feministic? Is that the word? I don't know the word in English actually, but would you consider yourself a feminist, or like, is there certain situations in everyday life where you don't feel like you're getting treated equally, even if you're a guy? I know it obviously goes the other way around too, but yeah, with that said, I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you all next time. Bye.